20-inch acrylic I did right there of Carlos Santana, one of Tom Petty, John Lennon, Dave Grohl, and you got a self-portrait of me at the Whiskey in '92. My name is Marlene Sosebee, and I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on how I do these 20-inch acrylic paintings. It all starts with printing out with a split and print software that I got at the Microsoft store. For $6, I think, was all it cost for the software. And it takes an image and you can blow it up to 20 inches by 16 inches. It comes out in 4 sheets and then you glue it together. That's split and print. Then you make a copy of it right here. And the copy has tape on the back side, as you can see. This is the front side of Chris Cornell. And then I'll take this and I'll glue it on or tape it on to my canvas. Then I'll add the little dabs of paint on there, and then I'll take a nice big brush, house painting brush, and I'll work that in. Now once I get the background worked in, get some color in there over the template, then I'll lift the template off, and you'll see that I have an outline of the figure of Chris Cornell that I'm going to use. Alright, we'll hold it there. Yeah. Okay, then you can see I've got my painting. I'm letting it dry, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, now that it's dry, I'm going to take my original template, place it down on the canvas, line up the bottom corners so they're nice and even and they match. Put a piece of tape on each corner of the bottom. And then basically I have what looks like going to be the painting here. I flip it around, and what I do here is called peek and sketch. I could graph this all out, 1 inch equals this and that, and do the whole thing and measure it and take hours and hours. Instead I just say, look, the eye's right there, lift this up, that's about where the eye goes. This one here, that's where the eye goes. And the same thing with here's the nostril here, it's right about here. Little peek and sketch, look underneath there, that's where the other nostril goes. And I'll do that and get the key points on the lips all the way around, and then finish drawing in the whole image. I've saved myself a lot of time not measuring it out by hand. After I do the peek and sketch, you can see I have a real good balance of where I want to put everything, fill in the lines, and then, you know, I can actually start adding some paint. Do the flesh color tone, so I'm going to start with a little brown. Probably a little too much, but you can use it on the hair. A little orange, and some white, and then we get this size brush here, get it kind of wet a little bit, and then we mix in the white, the orange, and a little bit of brown. And we get our nice little flesh tone color that we can work with. That's a little too dark, so we add some light. We run that all through the face, add a little water to it, so that we don't want to cover up the lines too much that we drew, because we're using those as guides. We're getting the face pretty much all covered in. Get the face all covered in. A little more water. We can go over the lips, because we'll change those colors later. Beard. We get a little flesh tone down here. And it gets really dark in there. So get this going. I like to leave the eyes alone when I do this, because white pops better if you don't have a base behind it. And get that all going in there for a start. Alright, just a nice start on that. Now I can go ahead and grab some darker colors, and you can see it's shaded in more in here, it's shaded in more in there, it's kind of shaded in there, definitely shaded down in here. So we can get all that darkened in. That's pretty well darkened in. The side of his nose over here is a little darker. The side of the nose over here is a little darker. And blend it in a little. do that. I'll do the same thing with the white. Get the white started. Get that clear of the paint. Dry it off a little bit. And come in here where the white is. We add a little bit more white to that. And add some white. White, which would go down the center of the nose. On the forehead up here. It's lighter up here. Lighter in here. Lighter, lighter. Lighter, lighter, lighter. You can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to blend this all in for now. For the hair, I'm going to add some black to what I got left over of the flesh tone here, which is mostly brown, but I'm going to add oh, that was brown. Oh, yeah, brown, black, same thing. Almost. Then we add the black. Okay. Yeah, then we add the black. Get the black off my fingers. Yeah, now we can go in and start doing the hair. So it's got black and brown, which is good. And we can see this is all like that. We can add a little water. Get that all going. This is all dark in here and here and here. So I'm just going to blend that all in. You can see I've worked in the hair and a little bit of the eyebrows and stuff like that. And I'm going to let it sit like this with a little bit of blending and go ahead and let it dry. Now I'm going to take this here smaller brush, add a little water to it, and get some black and brown. Mix it together so it's a dark brown. And I'm going to start getting a little bit closer up on this image with the eyebrows and lips and everything. I'm going to start working in a lot darker in the color to get it to match more of what's going on over there. Now you can also use the smaller image on your phone. I'd show you that, but my phone's actually being used for video right now. But I usually keep my small phone right here, small picture, and I'll use that and I can expand it and use the small image of the phone as well as a large printout and use those as a combination as my model. But anyway, I'm going to get this working here. As you can see, I've darkened it in quite a bit. You know, touched it up and got the eyebrows darker and the hair darker. And basically, now that I got all this smaller brush work done, I'm going to let this dry and then move on from here. So now you can see I've added a lot of pieces of hair that aren't on the original template. That's because when I cut the original template, I made sure that, you know, I cut off these little hair piece extensions so I can get the background to blend in. So I've done that and I've added some more color and it's getting close, but it's not there yet. And now that the painting looks like what we want it to, we take it out on the patio where there's good ventilation and we spray it with some clear Krylon. Make sure it's sealed up good. We hold our breath so we don't breathe it in. That should be good. Once the Krylon dries, we're going to add polyurethane. Nice thick coat for our final step. And really put it on thick. Water-based polyurethane. And once I get this all covered up, I'll do the edges too. Then I'll be done. On to the next one.